Also, one of the things, I've taken Science Fiction Writers of America to task a couple of times, and to be fair to them, their president is actually in this anthology. When she submitted, after I had said some critical things about the organization, I was like, is she doing this just to screw with me? I mean, it's just like, My
guess is she's just like the rest of us and trying to find venues and new voices to publish with.
Absolutely, I think
and
that's what it
working with
was.
a relatively antiquated system and organization, and
Yeah.
trying to at least improve it for the better.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. So, you know, my take on that then is that although I've given the SFWA a hard time, I think their leadership is aware that the industry is changing, the needs of the genre are changing, and that they are trying to do something about it, you know, in their own way. I still am a big fan of Horror Writers Association because basically if you write horror, you can join. The SFWA is very restrictive, and I think the restrictions just don't take into account the current state of the publishing industry.
Well, we were talking just briefly before the panel started that they're trying to change the nature
They
of
are.
membership
They
in
are.
a really interesting way. Just this year, they voted to admit game writers, so people who write not only we're talking tabletop games, but also computer games, first persons, whatever the role-playing games, and they've got a very broad scope of how they define that. I think they're starting to fine-tune those rules. They might be a little restricted right now, but they're listening to the population. I think it's really exciting for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very smart move. I think it shows a major shift in where science fiction is coming from. And we were talking earlier, I've never played Halo, but I've watched all the game trailers.
There's some extraordinary science fiction
There's
writing
some
happening
good
in
stories
gaming.
going on, yeah.
Beautiful stuff. A very famous writer that's writing right now, John Scalzi, is working on several different games. That's his, you know he's novel writing, but he's also writing for these beautiful, large narrative sections of games.
Yeah, it's tough to pigeonhole speculative fiction writing. Whether it's, you know, obviously we all write science fiction, short stories, and novels, but you do have the gaming industry. In a previous life, I was involved in comic books. You know, this book actually was originally adapted to be a graphic novel before that company went out of business, so which happens all the time in independent comic books. But so yeah, there's just a lot of different ways to come at speculative fiction, and I think we're going to see more and more embracing of that because the traditional system is a little funky.
You know, there's a lot of really good resources that places like the SFWA offer for free to people that are either independent publishers or not able to become members yet. There's a Writer Beware website, which is my #1 place to go to before I start looking into a press to make sure that it's not a vanity press that's asking for money for me to publish, to make sure that it's a group that's actually publishing and that is representing how I want to be represented as an author.